Welcome, everyone, to a Big Ten Network off-season chat. I'm Andy Katz, pleased to be joined by Brad Underwood, the head coach of Illinois. And Brad, it was an eventful off-season. First, I want to talk about the three guards that are all back that I think could be maybe the best trio in the Big Ten in Trent Frazier, Andre Curbelo, and DeMonte Williams. I mean, the experience, the ability to play off the ball, to make big shots. What's your level of optimism right now with that three?
Well, I'm excited as heck. And anytime you get, I think it speaks volumes to our culture that you get Trent Frazier and DeMonte both wanting to come back. And Trent's a 1,500 point scorer. I think Andre Curbelo will be the best point guard in the country. And DeMonte was second in the country last year in 3-point field goal shooting. And to have that much experience, that age, that leadership, and yet have that talent and that vibrant personality with Curbelo is really exciting. And we've added some pieces to that really excite me. I think we'll be one of the better shooting teams that I've been a part of. Adding an Alfonso Plummer from Utah, who's a tremendous shooter, getting Austin Hutcherson back off the injured list, a young man that set out all last year with stress fractures in his back. He's healthy now. So I'm excited about what our backcourt is.
Yeah, what I love about Trent is that, he was thrust into a larger role early. Then Ayo comes in, takes a little bit of a step back, and now he's back again. It's sort of like he's bookended his career to where I think he's more prepared as a PG, if you will, a fifth-year senior, to handle even more responsibility after going through what he's gone through.
Yeah, we got a little glimpse of that, Andy, when Ayo was out. And, that was very comforting for me as a head coach. You lose a first-team All-American, you lose Ayo, and yet you go and really played two of our best games of the year at Wisconsin and at Michigan without him. And Trent was able to step into that role. So was Curbelo. Curbelo is an alpha personality. Trent, we know, can be an elite scorer. He's built his reputation on the defensive end in the last few years. But those were 20-point games for Trent. And so we know we've got a very capable scorer, a guy who's an elite defender, and we'll see a lot more of Trent this year, like we saw his freshman year, where he was a big scorer for us.
All right, so inside for the last couple of years, obviously it's been Kofi Coburn and Georgie Bashanesvili. Neither one will be back. Obviously, this could be guard heavy, but what will we see inside?
Yeah, there'll be a different look. There's no doubt. Obviously, you lost two guys that were veterans that had mass and girth. We've got a guy coming in, a transfer. Omar Payne coming in, 6'11" from Florida, who's got great length, great athleticism. He'll be great in ball screens with Curbelo because he's an elite jumper and a guy we can throw lobs to. And then we've got another young man that I'm excited about in Coleman Hawkins. Coleman's going to be a guy that's going to make a huge jump. He was a freshman, played primarily on the perimeter, but will give us a different dimension. He's an elite shooter. We can pick and pop with him. And Andy, last year we were primarily a pick and roll team. This year we're going to have a lot more flexibility in terms of being able to pop, being able to dribble handoff, space the floor a little bit differently. And Omar and Coleman, Ben Verdonk finally played a little bit in the Big Ten tournament, is back healthy, and will start a season, we hope, not on the injured list. And he's 6'8", 250 and a real rugged guy. So I'm excited about what we have up front.
So the staff, I wouldn't call it a shakeup. I think it's obviously just people move on. I'm not being an apologist here. I mean, they went to Kentucky, Clinton and Orlando. Obviously, Illinois didn't want to lose them. And so I don't feel like this was any reflection on you. And I'm not being an apologist here. I mean, that's the fact. I mean, it's Kentucky. And so sometimes it happens like that. So what did you do to sort of replace them, to feel comfortable with new voices with you?
Yeah, and I mean, there's no doubt Orlando and Cal have had a long history together. He was a mentor to him. Orlando's daughter went to Kentucky, works in the basketball office. There was a tremendous history there, and I get that. And He was tremendous. Chin was a big part of helping us build this. Both those guys were, and their family, and I get it. And if we're finishing 8th in the league, nobody wants them. That's the price you pay for success. And Stephen Gentry leaves and goes to back to his alma mater, to Gonzaga, the only place in America that he would leave here for, and he loves that place. So it has been a unique offseason. It's been a very, very busy one. But we hired Chester Frazier. Chester is a former player at Illinois that is loved by our fans, hardworking. He's a guy I've been watching for a long time. He was at my alma mater at Kansas State at a very young age, at the age of 25. Spent the last few seasons building Virginia Tech with Mike Young, tremendous coach. He's just a natural fit. Jeff Alexander has been a big part behind the scenes of what we have been doing here, and very loyal. And he's from Illinois. His father's the second winningest coach in the state of Illinois high school basketball, and he bleeds orange and blue. He grew up going to camps here, knows our system, and then we've still got to fill the third spot. We're getting close on that, but I think it was a unique situation. But Andy, I feel great because at the end of the day, our players stayed. They believe in what we do, and that's set us up for an exciting year.
Yeah, no, I was remiss not mentioning Stephen with Chin and Orlando, and they all make sense, all these moves. All right, so wrapping up here, schedule. A lot of schools like yourself had games they couldn't play in the non-conference because of COVID, and a lot of things got sort of thrown out the window on the fly. What is coming back that was supposed to be on last season's schedule, and what have you added already that we know of? I know some of the challenges won't be determined yet.
Yeah, obviously we're in both challenges this year with the Gavitt and the ACC. We'll be in an exempt event in Kansas City with Cincinnati, Kansas State, Arkansas. We always have the bragging rights game, which will be back in St. Louis. It won't be on a home site. We'll do that back in.
No coin flip.
Yeah, no coin flip this year. Doggone it, you stopped doing that. You were terrible. And then we postponed a game with Arizona. We'd gone to Arizona 2 years ago, and with the idea that they would come back this past season. And just for travel reasons and simplicity and staying in the region, we postponed that to this year. So Arizona will come back into our place, and then we'll still have a game or two to fill in. But we're going to have 6 or 7 very, very hard, very challenging high major preseason games, and then obviously 20 Big Ten games, and we know how good the Big Ten is.
Well, I'll tell you, I was sort of looking at the schedule a couple weeks ago. I broke it down, and I think you guys have the toughest conference schedule based on your home and homes, your one-offs, either home or road, which I know you embrace. May not say that now, but
yeah.
There's no question. I think Illinois has the hardest schedule based on what I think the league will look like next season.
Yeah, and I've given up trying to figure that out, Andy. I leave that to you guys because I know every game is in front of a sellout crowd. The crowds will be back this year. The coaching, the players in this league are all so good. And I think we had 13 of our 14 teams in the top 60 in Ken Palm, and so it doesn't matter. Every night is a tremendous a battle, and you better be prepared, or you're going to get beat, no matter if it's the 14th ranked team or number 1. So we'll play who we have to play and tally them up at the end, and I think we're going to have a great season. I'm excited about our team, and I think there's no doubt we're excited and looking forward to fall getting here.
Well, there's no question. Orange Crush coming back to Champaign certainly should provide one of the best environments in all of college basketball. Brad, appreciate it. Enjoy what is now becoming a pretty hot summer as the players are back on campus. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks, Andy. Appreciate it.